you can't do it and you can't do it right, and if you can't finish the job, then don't even bother.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Melinda, plain and simple.
Today, I want to talk to you about getting the job done. Now, I don't know about all of you, but I know when I was growing up, and I know a lot of you are probably in a similar age range, and maybe this is just across the board. Maybe this is still how it is. Maybe this is how it was before. I don't know, but I know for me, there was always this thing of when you did something, you had to complete the job. You had to do it till you got it done. You know, if you started something, you needed to finish it, and whatever you did, you need to do it the best you can do. If you can't do it right, then don't do it at all. You know, probably some of you have heard that saying, but there's nothing wrong with that, because we do want to finish the job, and we do want to do the best that we can. But sometimes our best today, the best that we can do today, may not be our best, but it's still the best we've got. And we need to work within what we can do today, what we're capable of doing today, even if it's not the best, even if it's not perfect. At least it's something, right? But that's the part of the message that never got relayed to, at least to me, and I'm guessing to a lot of you as well. And I think that that is part of the reason that some of us end up with having too much stuff, or with having a house that is out of control, because we learned when we were very young that we had to do it, we had to finish it. If we couldn't finish the job, then don't even bother, right? If you can't do it, you can't do it right, and if you can't finish the job, then don't even bother. And it was basically saying, you're not good enough if you can't do it all, and you can't do it right, and you don't, But there was none of that message of just do a little bit at a time. And I think that a lot of us now are learning that if we do just a little bit at a time, we make progress, and eventually we can get the job done, or at least we can keep it from getting too far out of control, and we can make it better than it was. And so if you have something around your house that you're doing, and for instance, I will tell you, I wanted to clean the fronts of my cabinets. Well, Diana Simplifies, in her Tiny Tidy, did a cleaning video, and she washed down the fronts of her cabinets, and she had music playing, and it was very peaceful and calm, and it looked so easy, and it only took like 11 minutes, right? So I thought, well, I'll do what she's doing. She just uses water with a little dish soap in it. I've been using furniture polish and Murphy's oil and, different things, and it was taking forever and not really doing a great job, and I thought, well, maybe the soap and water thing will work, and it won't take too long, and I can do that. But I'll break it down. I'll just do my bottom cabinets, right? Well, I should have broken it down a little bit further, because for me, it's a pain trigger. And what happened was, before I got done with my bottom cabinets, I triggered my pain, and then I had pain for 16 hours. I was in bed. Sometimes when you have pain, you can still function. Sometimes when you have pain, you're just down for the count. Well, I was down for the count for 16 hours. And but my cabinets, my lower level cabinets, it did work. They looked fine. But now I'm like, okay, I need to do just one or two cabinet doors each time, rather than trying to do a section of cabinet doors. I could have probably done, 3 or 4, but I think for me, at least for now, because I don't want to trigger the pain again, I'm going to break it down even further. And you know what? I'm going to be okay with that, because I would rather do a little at a time and eventually get them done and just keep doing it. And just, I'll never have them all done at the same time, but I can do a few here, a few there, a few there, and it'll keep them from getting out of control. My cabinets don't get that dirty anyway, but, you still got to wipe them down every once in a while. So I'm just going to do a little at a time, break it down even further than what I did, and hopefully it will not trigger pain. And I'll tell you, when I did my dishes last night, I did my dishes, and then I wiped down just a couple of my cabinet doors, and it did not trigger pain, and I did not wake up with pain. So I think that might work for me. So we need to be okay with not finishing the job in one session. We may finish the job, but we may not do it in one session. And it may not be perfect. I did not take the time to get into every little nook and cranny, like scraping around in there and doing all. I didn't bother with that. I can do that another time. But when I do, I will not do them all at once because I don't like the pain. I don't like triggering the pain. And I don't like losing my days because of the pain. So if you've got, for some reason, whether it's energy, whether it's pain triggers, whether it's just time, just spend a few minutes, even if it's just 1 or 2 minutes. I mean, it doesn't take long to just, when you get done with the dish rag or whatever rag, you can just take and wipe down things. I had a rag there, and I just dipped it in my dishwater. I don't know if you're supposed to do this, but I just dipped it in the dishwater and rinsed it out some so it wasn't too soapy, and I just wiped down a couple cabinets, and they look fine. So that's what I'm going to do from now on. So if when you're vacuuming, if you can do one floor, one room, then just do one room. If you can only do one section of the room, just do one section of the room. Do what you are capable of doing. It doesn't matter what anyone else is capable of. It doesn't matter what anybody else says you should do. It doesn't matter what anybody else's system or method is. It doesn't even matter what your system or method is. If it's not working, then switch it up, change it up. I'm not saying necessarily to lower your standards, but just to reassess and change how you're going to get there. So I may never be able to have all of my cabinets wiped down and clean at the same time, but I'll have them so that they're under control. And really, that's what's most important to me right now. I used to be worried about having things just perfect. And honestly, when we do that, and especially for those of us who it triggers pain or just exhausts us or whatever afterward, when we do that, then we dread doing it again. So we will put it off longer. And so those cabinets that we just spent all that time cleaning, now we're dreading doing it again, and we'll wait extra long before we do that again because it's going to trigger pain or it's going to trigger exhaustion. And then so it's going to be harder to do and take longer to do when we do finally get around to doing it again. So my hope is that if I just spend, a minute wiping down 1 or 2 cabinets, then I won't even really notice the extra minute tagged on to my stuff. If I'm hurting, if I'm feeling it, or if I'm feeling like it could happen that day, then I just won't wipe one down, and that'll be okay too. But if I'm feeling good, I can take that extra few seconds or the extra minute or the extra 2 minutes, whatever I'm capable of. I can take that time and add that on at the end of the thing that I really need to do, which is wash my dishes. I don't have to wipe the cabinet down, but I do want to keep my dishes done. If I've got some extra in me, I can take that and use it toward wiping down my cabinet, and I won't put too much pressure. But again, like I said, if I'm not feeling good, if I'm already feeling tender, if I'm already feeling tired, I'm not going to do it. I'll just wait till the next time, and that will be okay. But I'm just going to add that on at the end of my dishwashing. I already, a lot of times, will wipe down my refrigerator, or I'll wipe, the microwave. I wipe the counters. I do all that stuff too. This is just one more little thing, and as long as I'm feeling okay, no reason I can't do it. So check out what you do. See if there's anything that you need to do, but you kind of dread it and you put it off a long time. Maybe there's a way you can break it down into smaller and smaller chunks. And instead of expecting yourself to get the whole thing done all at once, just break it down and do a little at a time and just repeat that cycle. You may never have it all done at one time, but you'll have it under control and it will be better. So let me know in the comments if you have anything that you do that's kind of like that. What have you got around your house that you just put off taking care of because you really just dread doing it. Even if even if it doesn't trigger pain or exhaustion, just maybe something that you really just dread doing and you really put it off and procrastinate about it. Let me know in the comments if you have something like that. So, see you next time. Thanks for watching. Love you. Bye.
Give it your best and give it your all. There's work to be done, so get on the ball. No matter how long and no matter the cost, complete what you start or you've already lost. Explaining and reasons are merely excuses, and tending toward laziness, making us useless. There's no room to fail, and there's no room to rest. We must keep going to clean up this mess. But why must it be that there's only one way when that doesn't work at the end of the day? Shouldn't we, couldn't we try something new? Something that's better and gets the job done too. A bit at a time seems better than none. We'll keep chipping away till we get the job done. We'll give it our all and we'll give it our best. But to get the job done, we must give it a rest.
What you doing, Pumpkin? Yeah? Are you going to declutter some stuff? Yeah.